Oh yeah. You got it. You're in it. You're at the red light rush with kShaun, your man, on the scene. Feeling fresh, feeling clean. Yeah. Some old school uh, Talib Kweli that I own. And if you have never heard it, I want you to check it out. Yeah. That's that fresh. Yeah, it's classic. It just, that's America right there. Yeah. Uh huh. That's right. That's right. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Hump Day. Want you to make sure that you TCB tonight. Tonight. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. The Mac Man cometh. That's right. Yeah. It is May 7th, and we are here uh, by design. Whether you believe it or not, you are here by design. You have put yourself exactly where you are. Congratulations. If you're checking this video out, you are most fortunate, uh, more than most people on the planet. But I digress. Your friendly neighborhood ninja, kShaun with memesit.com. Please go to our site, memesit.com. Catch up on today's news and events. Let's check out some weather. I think it's important. See if we can get everything going at the same time. You're you may be at a red light. Most people think that they can go through all the lights, catch all the green ones. Uh, they If you've ever taken a GIS class or city planning class, you know that that's not possible. So let's act like we have some sense and back up off of our people that are visiting, our tourists and prospective new residents here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The city different, oldest city in the nation. That's right. You got it. The weather today is supposed to get up to 64. We have yet to achieve. Uh, it seems as if it's getting cooler already. We are in a cooling trend. Uh, it's partly cloudy outside, but the sun still comes out. I got to tell you, every day in Santa Fe, and Thursday we're only going to have a high of 57. So today is as warm as it gets until Saturday. We don't really like to go to. Your Friday's looking okay. It'll be about a high of 66 and a low of 43 overnight into Saturday, which is going to be the most beautiful day of the week, unless Sunday can top it. But we don't like to go that far. We're working with prediction models, a whole lot of them, hundreds of years old, and so Saturday is going to look clear and should be a good 60-mile ability to see 60 miles visibility, and the high will be 72, and it should be a great day. Um, if you haven't heard, Zobra is going to be on a Friday, and I hope I haven't missed that. We usually have a whole reporter on that. But instead of Saturday, today it's going to be on, this time it'll be on a Friday, and we can kiss all of our woes, old man woe, goodbye, and that's what the Zobra is all about. Be at the same place, I believe. We'll keep you updated on that. But we got the fresh copy of the reporter, and as you know, I'm a big music fan, and this week's reporter, the Santa Fe Reporter, is all about live music, and that's a tape CD cassette that they used, and it says it's their local music issue number 002. So And I got kind of started on it. Looks like the last time they did it was in '03, November, something like that. Published the first ever local music issue. That was long. That was a little while ago, but I encourage you to check it out. They're going to have What's Happening over here. That's the band. That's the bandstand. Usually, it's usually packed. Usually, lots of fun-loving people. Everybody's usually relaxed and calm. Put their chairs out on the lawn. Bring the wolf. Bring the wolf and the meow and the kitty and bring the chaps. Bring your brood and enjoy some music. I encourage you to get that complimentary issue of the Santa Fe Reporter and see if you can fit in your schedule some leisurely relaxation and rest. Because we work so hard, and it should count for something, right? You should be able to enjoy the city in which you live at some point. Or, I mean, let's face it, most of us aren't going to get rich or wealthy, no matter how hard we try, off of a job. That's somebody else's stuff. That's somebody else's money. That's somebody else's profit. Most likely, if you've worked there for a while, you're being underpaid. So I said all that to say, try to schedule in some you and family time. And we got stories in the news that may make it a little easier to put your priorities in line, if you will. But the traffic, if you're at a red light and you're catching our show, please drop us a line. We would love to know and be able to capitalize as far as letting other people know that they can also, at a red light, get brought up to date with traffic, weather, and the hottest tech stories of the day that concern you, your family, and your pocketbook, or your wallet, or your bad mother. You might have a bad mother in your hip pocket. Might be too big for you to carry in your hip pocket. Then that's a real bad mother when you can't even put it in your back pocket. Not business cards and not bills and receipts, but just straight up Skrilla. That paper. And by the way, we are still taking donations for the BTAF. So if you're a Republican or you have Republican family or friends, let them know that Black IIT Productions is raising funds for the Back to Africa Fund. So if they would like to contribute, their money will be spent well. So much love and respect to Richard Pryor, almost forgotten about. As much send good thoughts to Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones. He lost a very close dear one who did not exactly just transcend, but we lost his girlfriend. And long time, they might as well have been married. But if you know Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, how much joy they have brought you. They played everywhere, seen everything, done everything. Okay, here we go. Got an accident out here by Placitas. See, San Felipe overturned semi. That's some news you can use. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. Big up to my alleged cousin, Spike Lee. But there's an accident. San Felipe overturned semi on I-25 southbound at Bernalillo. That's some news you can use right now. If you're headed to Santa Fe from the big city, or you're headed to the big city from Santa Fe, or you're coming off of 550 going towards the big city, Albuquerque, or affectionately known as ABQ, not to get confused with ABQ, you're going to need to know about this accident. If it's a semi-rollover, it looks like maybe it went off into the ditch. But if they aren't on the scene yet, it looks like they're not on the scene yet. There should be some responders headed that way, and traffic will go from green to dark red rapidly. So here we are, this same old accident that we covered in the morning show, the morning hash. If you tuned in, thank you. Be sure and subscribe so that we can remind you when we are on the air live. Yeah, this one is still causing a little bit of problem. In Albuquerque off-ramp, left lane closed on I-25 northbound at Paseo del Norte, as reported by the Department of Transportation. That they're still working on it. Must have been a bad one. They probably got the Department of Transportation survey team out there so they can determine just what the heck happened. So they survey all the skeet marks and skid marks and stuff like that. But if you're headed out east or west from the big city, you're looking good. You got a green light all the way east to west coast. Let's just verify that. I believe that is correct. But I have been known to trust technology is a little bit too much. I have been accused of that. Yeah, looking good. East to west coast, looking good. I can't believe how good it looks right now out there. I'm glad. I got to say I'm pleasantly pleased. If you're headed to Vegas, Las Vegas, New Mexico, looks like you can go 90. I think from here to there, I think the speed limit's 85, if I'm not mistaken. It's clear sailing right now. Be courteous. Be mindful of people traveling in our great state. It's traveling season. Give them a break. They're usually looking at a map or they're usually looking at an iPad or some other device to try to find out where the hell is the little boy's room or the little girl's room so they can tinkle or get some water or gas. It gets kind of lonely out there, folks. You got to know where that gas station is. And most of the time you're kicking yourself because you passed it by. But everything is looking good. Let's head on in to our fair city, the city different, Santa Fe, New Mexico. And you're looking good. Looking good. That's right. Even the airport's looking good right about now. That's different. Should be the usual suspects. I imagine as we go into the 1 o'clock hour, it will get a little bit more distasteful or unsatisfying, displeasing to any driver. I think I used the wrong one. Did I use the wrong one? Won't be the first time. Here's a usual suspect right here at St. Michael's and Cerrillos. Usually these people come hauling ass to the red light. That's how I thought about this show. First I wanted to make a bumper sticker, but then I thought, think about something else. So most people think that they're gonna get to that other light. It's gonna stay green. No, ninja. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Not here, anyway. We'd like to know your thoughts on that. Do you think that the traffic should be able to flow continuously and free up our fair city of toxic emissions? I was going to run for mayor just based upon that platform alone. It worked for Mayor White in Houston, Texas. And I can tell you, he never did he never fixed it. He never did it. It got a little better in a couple of places, but he was talking about crazy stuff. He was very idealistic, but decent and, good man. I met him on several occasions in Houston, Texas, and he was always the same, even keel. He had lots of assistants, and I can tell you for sure, Jarvis Johnson was on his side. Jarvis Johnson was elected to City Councilman Johnson. Long history in Houston. His mother, Mickey Leland. If any of you ninjas out there might know what the hell I'm talking about. Excuse me. But Mayor White, to his credit, he wanted to actually get the whole city complimentary internet. He wanted to be #1 in the nation. And as you can imagine, if you know anything about Houston, Texas business, everybody, it's the same as KC, Kansas City, in a lot of areas, a lot of different reasons, but not quite as Houston just doesn't have the finesse uh, that let's say the power block of Kansas City has. They can convince you, and that's pretty much business. A lot of business is tailored after Kansas City, Chicago, New York. You got to know it if you don't know it. If you don't know, now you know, ninja. So, big up to Biggie Small's mom, who's still kicking up dust, as well as Tupac Shakur's mom, who's still doing it as well. And as you can see, as we move through usual suspects, there's the crossroads, St. Francis at Cerrillos. You know that's a long, long light. But here we go around the Paseo de Peralta. Paseo de Peralta. Everybody's trying to get some lunch, and you're going to find lots of tourists. You're going to find lots of prospective citizens of Santa Fe at a stoplight, a stop sign, mainly as you get around the plaza. Usual suspects there. As you head out north or north towards Espa, affectionately known Espa, Espanola, New Mexico, lowrider capital of the world, you are going to have smooth sailing up the hill and down the hill towards Tasuki Village. It is all green. That means it's all good for all of you non-ninjas. That means it's good. And as usual, as you get to the movie house up here in Espanola, this is Black Mesa Golf Course. Great golf course. Give them a visit. Decent greens fees. Very polite, courteous people there. But it looks good all the way. Let's look out at Hernandez and Gibson and Alcalde before you get to those. But there's the Carson National Forest. And a city that doesn't even exist most of the time. Right there. But as we go, see if we can get this to render. Perhaps it will, perhaps it won't. It is. Here is the Rio Grande. Here's Lake Abiquiu. Here's the Rio Grande. Looking good. Lake Abiquiu, not to be confused with ABQ, is a beautiful clear water lake. Oh my goodness. Lots of people do cliff diving. I wouldn't do that because I'm a ninja. I'm not doing that. You dig? There's a lot of things that I'm not going to do, and my wife hates me for it. Yeah, literally, she thinks that it's quasi cowardly, and I say it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not doing that. And like most ninjas, I don't think it's cowardly. I think it's just good sense. Maybe years and years of programming in our DNA. We're just not doing certain things. But there is Lake Abiquiu. It is beautiful. You can go there and chill. If you want to stay overnight, they have some rules. All you ninjas that love to stay up and play loud music, they'll kick you out of the park if you get too rowdy while people are trying to sleep. And just letting you know, just a friendly reminder from your neighborhood ninja. All you ninjas know who you are and how you are. So I can identify with it. See, I can see you've been recognized. But I digress. Let's get into some headlines, shall we? Kowloon connects. This is what Jay-Z has been talking about, folks. He wants a loon balloon because he just wants to advance at a level that no one in his space has ever advanced to before. And I can say right now, I can tell you, there's a good chance that he could do that. Big ups, man from Brooklyn, New York, got plenty of sense, went and got him a queen from H-Town, Plenty sense. You got sense to spare. Wisdom on tap is how you say it. And who was it? King Solomon was in the news, world news. Some guy thinks he found one of King Solomon's chambers. Check that story out, BBC.com. So check it out. You can get your own flip magazine. So if you're a person like me or people I know and love and respect, you don't have a lot of time, but you want to make time, but you don't want it to take a lot of time. You don't want a 20-minute weather report that we get on almost every broadcast station. 20 minutes. Oh, man. I wish it was just, it's going to rain. It's sunny. It's hot. That would be good enough for me. I don't need to know what's happening next month. By the way, El Nino is in effect, I believe. Check that out for yourself. So we have 6 magazines because that's all we want to deal with. We don't want no more than that. We don't want to keep up with nothing else. We think we got it covered here. You can have as many as you want. We don't know how many more you can have past 6, to be honest. You can try it out. You can start off with 1 or 2 if you like. I found a reason to have 6. Here's one for the main company. We can share ideas here. We do that. And then there's Memes IT Morning Hash, right? That's the morning show. And the night shift, the night show. And then we got the midday update that we flip stories to, and we're going to talk about them. That's how we work. That's how we roll over here. We're not trying to recreate the wheel. We're trying to use technology to the best of our ability. So we just want you to know that that's how we're doing it in 2014. Hope your hump day goes real well tonight. Grown folk business with the one that you love, hopefully that you are married to. And you may be married, but not on paper. All you gentlemen out there, I would dare say your life, and you will find good things, believe it or not, if you are man enough to make an honest woman and get closer to the one that you love and become one in reality, in spirituality, emotionally, physically, and on paper. I can guarantee you. So think about it. Think about it today. Why? What you waiting for? We could hit the floor at any moment. Is that how you want to go out? I don't think so. I think you want better. I think you can make an honest woman out of her. I think you've been wanting to do it. You're practically married now. So why not give her dignity and put a ring on it? Can you do that? I think you can. I think you will. I'm believing it. I'm going to believe on it. You know, ain't no reason to rob the pootie. Don't be a thief. Be on the right side of the law. And if we can do that, I believe that you can make the world a better place right now, starting with you, inside out. Big ups to Marshall McGee, DSU Training Institute, and City of Houston, Texas. Giving and giving and giving back to the community for years and years, because that's who they are. Why? Because that's what they do. So you can check some of that out in our success section. We like to help you be better in all areas that you can possibly be, and it starts from the inside out, though. So we can teach you all the tech in the world, but you may not be able to apply it if you're not ready for the opportunities that'll come along with the understanding, a better understanding of where you're at. But be sure and check that out. So here they have a little diagram of just how it actually works that I think that you might find interesting. Go to memesit.com, catch up on all of the day's events, fresh news stories, and you're going to want to start paying attention. I'm going to get right to it. Snapchat. Ninja. You can read this story. You're going to want to know. You want to check out this story on Snapchat. You're going to want to check out the story on, who is that? Yik Yak. You're going to want to check the story out on Cloak, because it means you may lose the tighty, the tight brown that you know and love. That may change. Your sphincter. 9. Aktun. Your manhood, your pride may be on the line. It may be on the line, allegedly. You need to get with your family, man. You need to check this out. Companies, allegedly, are misleading your children who are your responsibility. In a nutshell, I'm not going to go in a long rant, but they're putting your freedom, your livelihood, your family, your overall well-being in deep, serious jeopardy. Kids don't have bank accounts because kids don't work. And therefore, it's your bank account, and it's your credit card also that is associated with it. This could bring up a whole nother set of charges. Also, they're being led to believe that that their conversations will be erased. Their communiques will just magically evaporate. And that's a false logic that doesn't exist. That is not right. And I'm sure eventually, or maybe if they just pay the right people, it may never come to light in the fashion that it should. Because the truth is, it takes communication in real life, in reality, and in the cyber world. It goes both ways. It's the only way that communication can happen. Your wife can try to talk to you, but if you're not listening, that's not a conversation. That's not a communication. I know this story well. I am the reason the good shepherd pats his head and sweats. I am the goat of the family. Yes, I am King Goat. I know this well, okay? I'm not telling you something I don't know. I'm telling you what I know. And you need to pay more attention. At any rate, I mean, you're not going to get rich or wealthy at that job that you're spending all your time, or you say you're spending all your time doing, and that's why you can't be home. So your home life is down here, and maybe your job is up here, or maybe you're lying about it, or not being quite as truthful, and it's somewhere down here. When the goal should be some kind of balance, if not more family. As the better you get, the less you have to actually sacrifice for the paper, right? That's when you're doing real well. But you don't ever want it to be one way or the other, because that means that you're not balanced. And believe it or not, potential clients can see. They can see everything. You think we may think that people can't read our minds, but I dare say that they can, thanks to James Allen. I believe that they can, because it's in what we do, who we are, is in our circumstances. And you can't judge a person 100% on their circumstances because, hey, it happens. Things happen. But if they always got something going, it's always somebody doing something, okay, it can be seen. It can be seen. And that's in fact, is their thoughts. So the thoughts that we glorify in our mind and the ideals we've thrown in our heart, this we will think about, and this we will become. So we are as we think. That's what we are. What we do is who we are. It becomes a habit, and that's what we do, and that's who we are. So I said all that to say you can make real quick decisions just based upon that fact alone. So whether it's an associate you might want to get closer to, or maybe it's a friend, or someone that you want to become a friend, or someone that you are thinking about jumping into business with, look at what they do. Don't listen to nothing they say. Forget that. There's too much writing on it. Forget that. What they do is who they are, because that's how it works for all of us. So people think that their minds can't be read, but it's all laid out there for the world to see in their circumstances. And we talk more about that in our success portions. So check that out. But there being your brood, your clan, your kin, your peeps, your chaps, D-chaps, all of that, your kids are all being misled to believe that they will be able to say and do whatever they want to, and nobody will ever know about it. Now, this is how your brown eye gets on the auction block. And you'll be surprised what it'll go for in the booty house, the big house, whatever you want to call it. You'll be surprised just how you can be traded from what is that, bunk to bunk. And it's very degrading, and it can happen to anyone. No one is, if you don't have money to bail out, no one is above reproach or approach. Forgive me. I really want you to take a look at these stories that we have for you, because that's how severe it is. You could actually wind up behind bars trying to convince people that, you know, you ain't having that. And then you might even get more time if you ain't got the money to get out. And believe me, trust me when I tell you, you don't want to go back behind them bars. You don't want to know what's back there. It's a culture shock. It's a whole nother world over there. And the things that you see is all an illusion. There is a lot of business happening that you don't want to be a part of, allegedly. And also what I've seen with my own eyes, don't go. On that note, check the story out. Go to memesit.com. Check out Snapchat, Cloak, the story that we have on Cloak, allegedly, as well as the story about, I believe we got something on Yik Yak, allegedly. All those things you're going to want to know about, because there's real information that you can use right now. Trust me. But here's one that I liked. We found this real interesting. TechCrunch.com. You can check the story out. Sarah Perez. Thank you, Ms. Perez. There's a company that came out with a bracelet, and there's some other devices also on the market now. But your wife's phone, or hopefully your wife, is going to vibrate, or your mama, your mima, your mommy, your mama, your ma, your madre, may need to have this so that when the phone goes off, because the purses are so big and deep, I get mad all the time, but I calm down because I have a paradigm shift. I change my mind. I change my mental map to identify with reality, the terrain on the ground, and I realize that my wife is out there saving the world, helping save the world, make it a better place. And she's very busy, and her phone is down there in the bottom, the depths of her bag or purse. And this will, I can't wait to get one for her. I hope I find one that she likes. I hope she's not offended, but at least she'll be able to know when her phone is ringing, because it'll vibrate or do something on the bracelet. But check that story out. I thought it was great. The headline reads, the Mimi or the Mimi, a smart bracelet for women, vibrates when you get calls and texts. Hey, that's good technology. That's something that we actually need, to be honest. It's not like we need a whole bunch of stuff to have to charge. We don't need anything that we need. Hopefully it'll charge itself. I'm not sure. I like that kind of stuff. You don't need to even have a charger. Oh yeah. But here's one that's a good one. Researchers want to keep the elderly safe with radar. Right? They're going to track vital signs, all that good stuff. Make sure people aren't falling out. If they are, it should be a nice study to figure out just where to go get them. And that story is at theverge.com. And I think that you're going to like it. So that's by Ariel Duham Ross. But here's some of the story about it, and they're talking about the elderly. But hell, I've seen some pretty young people that are on these walkers and canes and stuff as well. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. We get a lot of people picked up at intersections because it says that you can go, and then before you even get halfway across the road, it changes, and then you got people on their cellies and devices and everything, doing everything that we do in cars these days. And I would say be careful about that. Our laws have just changed here in Santa Fe or in New Mexico, and believe me, the authorities are looking for the new revenue. So if they catch you, they don't really have to prove anything. It's kind of like their word is they have a good standing with the city, and the city, they're going to take the police officers, the authorities' word over yours almost every time. And if you think that you're just going to go get a lawyer, ooh, everything is expensive in Santa Fe. Just about. Just about. I can tell you. If it's normal activity, and which means that it's a revenue stream, you're going to catch hell trying to fight against it. I can guarantee you. This revenue is hot butter, baby. But you can check out the story. A lot of people fall and go in the hospital for something small and end up coming out feet first, and that's sad. But some of the things I worked with some people down in ESPA, the Espanola Humanity Homes for Humanity. We were actually building tubs, if you will, that have doors so people can stop slipping and falling and get to the hospital and not making it out. And I worked with David, real good guy. He turned that whole site around once they moved it to the right location. And they even have building practice sites. Believe me, they have it together. If you're interested in volunteering, please, by all means, give them a shout. They're the Habitat for Humanity rehab store in Espanola. That's right. And they go out to the rural parts, and they got people waiting for stuff like tubs with doors, and so and all kinds of ramps, bars, and what do you call that? Railings, so people can get in and out of their house. They do that for next to nothing for lots of people, as well as build entire homes, which is really fantastic. If you'd like to be a part of that, give them a call today. Habitat for Humanity, or go to their website and choose Espanola. And ask for David. If he has time, if he's not out fixing something. He's always on the go. But he did a real good job turning that place around and making it even better for people in need, because he gets the volunteers to go out and help a whole bunch of people that wouldn't have the chance to be helped otherwise. So hopefully when you retire, things will be much better for most folks. But wanted to, let's go back now that it is, it's almost that time. Yeah, 1:30, it's about that time. Give you another shot at traffic. Looking green if you're headed east to west or west to east. But this traffic report is brought to you by Rock Works Stone Masonry. You can call Joe if you have some idea of what you want, or if you need a consultation for your property, give him a call at 505-695-5248. That's Joe Gentry with Rock Works Stone Masonry and Design. And you can reach him day or night, I suppose. This is a really nice business card. 505-695-5248. That's 505-695-5248. And let them know that you heard about it on the Red Light Rush. Listen, remember the rules. Rule number 1, all right? Stay free. If that means staying out the booty house, and it also means staying sober. Because if you have keys to anything, don't believe the hype. Forget all that you heard about the other stuff. They say don't drink and drive. Well, that's a false logic and an oxymoron, because what drinking does is lower our inhibitions, and if we have keys, we're going to continue to be Superman, and we're going to go get some more, and we're going to haul ass too, because we don't give a damn. That's how it works. But if you change your mind, have a paradigm shift, if you will, change your mental map to meet reality. The reality is the terrain is now, the truth is now on the ground that if you're driving, and you don't have to be inebriated, you do not have to be drunk, you do not have to be buzzed. The word is driving under the influence. That's wide open. That means anything. You can be too happy and get a ticket and go to court. Under the influence. It doesn't say of what. Driving under the influence means that you've had too much of something beyond, I mean, if it's a half a beer, if it's on your breath, you may $10,000 to $20,000 plus your ride, plus your the four wheels or the two wheels that you're riding around on. I even seen a new motor one-wheeler, but plus that, they're taking that too. They're going to take that too. So if I've saved you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 plus your ride, you can always thank us later. But listen, stay sober. Number two, be good to yourself. Why are you working so hard if you never get a chance to enjoy it with your family in the first place? They're not going to make you wealthy. You're just, they're glad because you're giving them more profits, but your family life, trust me, you want to bring that thing to be more equal, especially right now with the way your kids are being enticed to put you in a position you don't want to be in. And be good to others. Be kind to others. It's nice to be nice. Till the next time we meet, I'm your man, kShaun, right here at memesIT.com. See you on the flip. Catch you on the flip. Is that good?